evening, everyone. My name is Jen Carter, and I'm here at the special board meeting, and we're going to talk about religion in schools and some of the current trends that you can see in our nation and in our state. I've been asked to come and discuss this with you. The first thing I want to go over is it's an overview of religion in schools, and in May, the U.S. Department of Education, it released a new guidance, and that guidance states that teachers, school administrators, and other school employees may not encourage or discourage private prayer or other religious activities. I think this is being said that in the past, I feel that educators were kind of told to discourage any sort of private prayer, and now we're told that there is no opinion whatsoever. You're not to encourage or discourage for private prayer. Over the last month, I've got to read some really great articles, and I wanted to share some of those highlights with you. The first article I'm going to talk about is the Pew Report, and this comes from the Pew Research Center. And the Pew Research Center is a nonpartisan group based out of Washington, D.C., and it shares information about issues, attitudes, and public opinions on religion in schools and other issues. Some of the things that I found interesting in this article is that school employees have the right to exercise their religious freedom outside of work. And then for our students, schools may neither support or show disapproval to students based on religious beliefs or activities. And the last one was no harassment. So students or faculty are not allowed to engage in any religious harassment or compel others to participate in religious expression. And I think this one's probably pretty important because sometimes I think the students may feel coerced or compelled to pray with their fellow students. This is telling us that no matter what, we are not to compel them. And if they choose not to do it, they will not be harassed, or, the other way around. Also, with our students, that you can neither show support, or you cannot show if you're upset if a student tells you their religious beliefs or activities. There has to be no judgment or discrimination or harassment in those situations. The next article that I read that was really good was the guidance from the United States Department of Education. The U.S. Department of Education shares this guidance to state and local agencies. Some of the things I found interesting about this article, when it comes to prayer, students may be involved in prayer when not active in school instruction or activities. So they can pray on school grounds as long as they're not active in classroom learning. Students may organize prayer groups or religious clubs just as students can do with any other extracurricular activities. And most of our extracurricular activities, they're not involved during school time. They're extra, and students can do those on their own time, so they can organize those prayer groups and clubs in our schools. And teachers, it says school employees may not encourage or discourage private prayer or other religious activities. So I feel it's very important for us to know that we are to show no opinion either way. If a student comes up and tells us something, it's just information, and we need to take it as such and move on with the conversation. And the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is curriculum in our schools and what can be taught and what can't be taught when it comes to religion. And sometimes I feel like this is a slight misconception, so I just wanted to clear this up. The Bible and other religious texts. Members of the Supreme Court have suggested to the public schools that they can teach the Bible as literature and include it in lessons about the role of religion in history. So when we're talking about this, we can teach all about other religious texts as well as the Bible if they're taught as writings and as important to what the students are learning about when it comes to the role in history. They are not to be taught as God's word or anything specific like that. It is just as literature. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I feel that I can probably answer your questions on this. And here are my references for this presentation. You guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you.